a strong foundation for this.
I have to say that anytime and I'm going to want to talk about how the music got developed, to complement the book also, is anytime I've been in a room and the music has played, the theme song, people are bopping their head to it. People are tapping their feet and grooving to it, and people light up and they hear it, and I definitely think it's, it has, it's got gravitas to it. It's very much evocative and an homage of the great funk of that era. And
absolutely. I think that was for me coming at it because I just love that era of music so much. And a lot of that stuff, James Brown funkadelic stuff was stuff that I was, cutting my teeth on when I was learning my instrument, even in high school. And, just really trying to bring that and capture that energy was so important. And I mean, I hope we did it and, got some of the effect we were going after. And I felt good when we did, the show or the signing in New York, for instance. We got to see people really react to it in a live setting. It was nice.
And I remember because the things that I had heard by Alex already were very deep soul pieces, really, really transportative pieces. But I had only heard in that genre. So when I said to him, I was kind of like, well, this is what I was thinking. I was like, I don't even know if this is possible. And I don't know if you like this or if what you think. And he was like, let me tell you a few things.
Oh yeah. You scan his record collection.
I know. But that's the thing. But I didn't know. I just kind of heard his own, the stuff that he was writing at the time, which was just so deep and so soulful. And, so I knew he had chops, whatever it was, and he could at least direct me and give me advice or whatever, if nothing else. But this has just been, as magical a collaboration as with Ameziane is just as important and vital. And, it's just starting to find its way. So.
Yeah, no, it really pulled me back to some of my musical roots in a lot of ways, in terms of what I really was learning and interested in when I was learning my instrument before I even got into college for music. Just as much as the blues or a lot of the early '90s grunge rock that I was listening to at that time is so formative that it was like a artistic homecoming in a way. It was very comfortable territory for me, which was nice.
Yeah, it's a familiar, toy box for you to play around in, and speaking of your musical roots, you also got some incredible musicians that were mentors of yours to play on the track.
Yeah, we got one of my professors at SUNY Purchase, Jim McElwain, who was the head of the department I was in there. He headed up a lot of the production and composition there. And Jim, he's got a resume like you wouldn't believe, this guy. And he played on a lot of West Coast funk records in the late 60s and early 70s, real, Tower of Power type stuff. So when I brought this to him and kind of consulted with him on the horn arrangements, and he helped guide me the horn arrangements, which was really valuable. And he got some great musicians together, and those guys came in and did a great job and did everything we asked them to do. And Jim laid down a wonderful solo over the third verse, which I really wanted.
Wicked solo.
Aside from the funk, I really wanted to bring some of the jazz in there too. And there's Attica Blues. That record was one of the ones that I thought of as well, because there's such a great tradition of songs like Alabama by John Coltrane, or other, protests. Nina Simone, certainly, the jazz was just as important in a lot of that protest.
Yeah, well, obviously, Strange Fruit.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So it's such a powerful piece, and music has always been a way for people to protest. A way for people to get a message out.
And even when it needs to be buried, you need to hide it a little bit, and you're writing protest songs, but they sound like dance music. So much. Bob Marley's whole catalog is song after song where they're it's a love song, but it's a protest song. It's all these things,
Yeah.
and you get such
My family was brought up on the old folk protest songs of like Pete Seeger and the Weavers, and coming out of the Union song traditions. Same thing that kind of inspiration and really giving hope and voice through music.
Yeah,
protest.
I mean, and certainly, obviously, hip hop, is where the source of, most of the really great modern protest music is from hip hop. Public Enemy.
Of course.
Is there any better? Well, that's one of the things. Also, hopefully, in the future, we're going to have some live appearances, and we'll be playing some music for people, and the music can be found. We have a Bandcamp for Stand at Attica, so you can find it there. And standatattica.bandcamp.com. Just one word, standatattica.bandcamp.com, and that'll take you to the page where the music is. It's streaming for free. It's available for free download. And if you are inclined and have the ability to support the project, we certainly love all that support. And people have been really great. Some people will buy the record and leave a little note, which is nice to see that it's really connecting with people. Yeah, leave a positive review. That always helps, and small donations. A lot of times with promoting stuff like this, people don't realize that sometimes, 50 donations of $1 is a lot more effective than, a $50 donation, or even three $50 donations, because the way the algorithms work is they see this, this grassroots movement, and they say, hey, something's going on here. Let's help promote this along. And that's the other thing I wanted to talk about, too, is that now there's going to be a French and a Spanish edition of Stand at Attica, and there's been some talk from the publishers about possibly providing supplemental material, such as QR codes and links to the music.
Yes.
You want to tell us about that, Jared?
Yes. So, when they came to us with the news that we had Flow Press in Spanish and Panini for a French release of Stand at Attica, one of the things that we had always fantasized getting in was sort of a flexi disc, because we felt that was so period.
I absolutely love that.
It would have been a magical thing, and it would have just been would have made all of our days to just see it and have it and feel it in our hands again, and have it be ours.
I had just recently gotten a turntable as a gift, and I've been buying vinyl. And I'm going through my comic collection also when I pulled out an issue of the second Prowler series by our friends Timothy Truman and John K. Snyder III. And Tim Truman is a musician, and he wrote theme music for the non-existent Prowler television series, 1950s Prowler TV series that was a backup in the strip, and he did this theme music for it. And it's such a cool thing to have.
I know.
So,
but so then the next best thing. So then when they said, when they came to us and said they were going to do these reprintings, we were like, hey, let's get the music incorporated because this will be easy to do, and we have all the poster art, which would be additional art to go with it, and
Ameziane did this incredible gatefold
right.
album style poster art for Standard Attica.
Yeah.
That's just stunning.
Yeah. And so we were like, let's include that with a QR code and link the music up in a very contemporary way. And they both were like, we want it. So, we're working all that out, how to effectively get everything together on that. But that's where it is. And we're really excited for it because that's exactly what our vision was to be able to incorporate the music. And I think that, we both think that, Europe is going to really be an interesting place to get that music going sort of underground,
Absolutely. And I think it's a really good venue for the message of Standard Attica, the prison abolition movement. Right. I think that, and it's great that it's going to be in French because now all of Ameziane's friends and family and his fans, in Europe can read it buy it and read it in French or Spanish, which is fantastic. Now, all right, so let's also talk about once again. Let's go back to future projects that we have. As we said earlier when we were talking with you and Ameziane, you have 32, which is the Elston Howard story that working on. Where Ameziane's currently putting that together, and we're shopping it around. And you have a couple of other scripts written. Monte Cristo is an adaptation of Monte Cristo.
Yeah,
we were talking about.
That's always floating.
And so, what else do we have in the future lined up?
Well, we also have the Parker script. I mean, lined up.
That's right.
Lined up isn't.
Yeah, well, stuff happens faster sometimes than we imagine.
It does. But at the moment, we're shopping and we're hustling and we're pounding the pavement.
Excellent.
But we're really still also working so much on the Standard Attica. It's making a lot of important lists, for the season that we're very honored to be on with some incredible books. And
the American Library Association put us on their Black Lives Matter reading list and their comic bbooks for adults reading list.
Best
and Pop Matters. We were in Pop Matters top 20 for the year. A lot of great things. Now also.
Weekly.
Publishers Weekly, absolutely, and New York Times. Alex, I just also wanted to touch on, not just where people can find the music, but where can people find your services, because you are available as a musical producer, engineer, musician. So if you want to just give some contact info for you.
Yeah, I mean, probably the easiest way is just Alex Tichane at gmail.com is my email. But, I do audio services. I've been doing some video editing last year for a young artist who's she put out a really powerful song last year in the wake of the George Floyd killing. It was I Can't Breathe. She's a really great artist. Devin Marie is her name. She's been doing some really cool things on TikTok actually lately. She does a writing seminar on TikTok. Comes up with new arrangements of covers and does it live, and people try to figure out what she's doing. But Devin Marie, she's doing some cool stuff.
Yeah,
it's video work for her.
DEVINMARIE is how you spell her name. She's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, she just did a cover of Royals with.
Oh wow, I didn't hear that yet.
Pretty spectacular.
Yeah,
but so I just trying to keep busy and I've done some just commercial work and jingles, theme music, that sort of stuff. So I'm definitely